This is frequency 404. What follows is an audio log recovered from the International Space Station. Date, March 14th, 2040. The voice belongs to Commander David Hayes, 47 years old, NASA astronaut, 23 years of service. This was his third mission to the ISS. This is his final transmission, a message left for whoever might find it, a testament to what he witnessed, a record of the day Earth died.
My name is Commander David Hayes. I'm recording this on the ISS audio log system. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this, but I need to document what I'm seeing, what we're all seeing, what humanity did to itself. It's March 14th, 2040. We're on day 47 of our 6-month mission aboard the International Space Station. 5 of us up here, all American. Dr. Sarah Chen, mission specialist. Lieutenant Marcus Webb, engineer. Dr. James Rodriguez, scientist. Specialist Amy Foster, systems operator. And me, the commander. Life on the ISS is routine, structured. We wake at the same time, eat our scheduled meals, conduct our experiments, maintain the station, exercise 2 hours daily to combat muscle loss in zero gravity, sleep in our compartments, repeat. It's isolated but purposeful. We're here to conduct research, to study Earth from orbit, to test technologies, to push the boundaries of human knowledge. Noble work, important work. The view from up here is incredible. We orbit at 250 miles altitude, circling Earth every 90 minutes, 16 sunrises and sunsets every day. The planet rotating beneath us in constant motion. Oceans, continents, weather patterns, cities glowing at night like constellations scattered across the darkness. It's beautiful, peaceful. From up here, you can't see borders, can't see conflicts, can't see the divisions that separate humanity. Just one planet, one world. Fragile and precious against the black void of space. I've spent hours at the cupola, the observation module, 7 windows giving panoramic views of Earth. It never gets old, never stops being awe-inspiring. Seeing our home from this perspective changes you, makes you realize how small we are, how vulnerable. Today started like any other day. We woke at 0600 UTC. Breakfast was rehydrated scrambled eggs and coffee. Not great, but adequate. Sarah complained about the coffee like she does every morning. Marcus made a joke about missing real food. Normal conversation. Normal day. We had experiments scheduled. Sarah was working on protein crystal growth. Marcus was maintaining the life support systems. James was monitoring Earth observation instruments. Amy was running diagnostics on our communications array. I was reviewing mission logs and coordinating with Houston. Mission control. Our link to Earth. Our connection to home. They give us daily updates, news, weather, mission parameters, keeping us informed about what's happening on the planet below. The communication was normal this morning. Routine check-in. Everything nominal. Systems functioning properly. No concerns, no alerts. Just another day in orbit. Around 1400 UTC, I was back at the cupola, looking down at Earth. We were passing over the Pacific, blue ocean stretching endlessly, a few clouds scattered across the surface, ships leaving white trails in the water. That's when I saw it. A flash, bright, sudden, on the western coast of North America. At first I thought it was lightning, a storm I hadn't noticed. But the flash was wrong. Too bright, too concentrated. And it didn't fade. It grew, expanded, a circle of light spreading outward. I called Sarah over, asked if she saw it. She looked, confused at first, then concerned. "That's not lightning," she said. "That's not natural." More flashes, multiple, scattered across the continent, points of light erupting, growing, spreading. I counted 7, then 12, then I stopped counting. Marcus joined us at the cupola, his engineering mind processing what we were seeing. "Those are explosions," he said. His voice was quiet, controlled, but I could hear the fear underneath. James came next, then Amy, all 5 of us crowding the observation windows, staring down at Earth, at our home, at the lights that kept appearing, multiplying, spreading. I tried contacting Houston, hit the communication panel, called for mission control. No response. Tried again. Static. Tried emergency frequencies. Nothing. Just silence. Amy ran to the communications station. Started cycling through every channel, every frequency, looking for any signal, any voice, any connection to Earth. Nothing. Complete communications blackout. Every link severed, every channel dead. We were alone, cut off, isolated 250 miles above a planet that was exploding beneath us. More flashes. Not just North America now. Europe, Asia, South America, Africa, every continent, dozens of them, hundreds, points of light erupting across the planet like stars being born. But these weren't stars. These were weapons, nuclear weapons, cities being vaporized, millions dying in instants, civilization ending in fire. Sarah was crying. Marcus was silent. James kept saying this can't be real. Amy was frantically trying the communications, trying to reach anyone, trying to find someone who could tell us this was a mistake, an error, anything except what it obviously was. World War III, nuclear war. The thing we'd feared for a century. The nightmare scenario. The end of everything, and we were watching it happen. From orbit. Unable to help. Unable to stop it. Unable to do anything except witness. The flashes continued. Wave after wave. More cities. More targets. More death. The attacks weren't stopping. Weren't slowing. Just accelerating. Building. A cascade of destruction spreading across the entire planet. I realized something in that moment. Something terrible. We were the only ones who could see this. The only humans with perspective to understand the scale. Everyone on Earth was experiencing it locally. Their city, their country, their immediate surroundings. But we could see all of it. Every attack, every explosion, every city dying. The complete picture of humanity's suicide playing out beneath us in real time. And there was nothing we could do, nothing except watch and record and bear witness. That's why I'm making this log. Someone needs to know. Someone needs to understand what happened. Even if that someone is centuries in the future. Even if it's another species finding this station drifting dead in orbit. Someone needs to know that we were here, that we watched, that we bore witness to the end. The Earth below us is changing. The flashes are spreading, connecting, forming patterns of light across the surface. It's not just individual cities anymore. It's regions, continents, the entire planet illuminating. and I know what's coming. Know what happens next. The fires will spread. The atmosphere will burn. The world will transform. From blue and green and beautiful to red and burning and dead. I'm still recording, still watching, still bearing witness, because someone needs to know, someone needs to remember. The flashes have become constant now, not individual explosions, a continuous wave of destruction rolling across the planet. I've stopped trying to count, stopped trying to track individual targets. The scale is too vast, too overwhelming. We're still at the cupola, all 5 of us, pressed against the windows, unable to look away, unable to process what we're seeing. Sarah is no longer crying. She's gone quiet, shut down. The trauma too much to process. Marcus has his hand against the glass, like he's trying to reach through, trying to touch Earth one more time. James keeps checking his watch, timing the explosions, his scientific mind seeking patterns, seeking understanding. Amy has given up on communications. She's just floating, staring, lost. I'm trying to maintain command, trying to keep everyone together. But what commands do I give? What orders matter when the world is ending? The station is functioning normally. Life support operating, oxygen recycling, power generation, all systems nominal. We have months of supplies, enough food and water to last well beyond our scheduled mission end. But none of that matters now, because there's no mission end, no return to Earth, no rescue coming. We're stranded, marooned in orbit above a dying planet. The explosions are spreading across the night side of Earth now. We've orbited into darkness, and from here, the devastation is even more visible. Cities that used to glow with electric light now glow with nuclear fire. Bright points becoming circles, circles becoming regions, regions connecting into continental bands of flame. I can see the mushroom clouds, enormous, rising through the atmosphere, dozens of them, hundreds, their tops catching sunlight even though the surface below is in darkness. They look almost beautiful from up here, like flowers blooming, like art. But they're not beautiful. They're genocide. They're the end of civilization. They're billions of people dying in fire. North America is burning. I can see both coasts, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Seattle, all of them bright with nuclear fire. The entire continent lit up like a map with too many cities marked. Europe is the same. London, Paris, Moscow, Berlin, Rome. Points of light that used to be culture and history and human achievement. Now just points of destruction. Asia is worse. The population density, the number of cities, China, India, Japan, Korea. The flashes are so dense they're overlapping, blending together, the entire region becoming a sea of light. Sarah finally speaks. Her voice is hollow, empty. She asks if there's anyone left, anyone who survived. I don't answer. Don't know how to answer. Don't want to lie. The truth is visible from here. The scale of the attack, the number of weapons used, the complete coverage. This wasn't a limited strike. This wasn't surgical or targeted. This was total, absolute. Every city, every military base, every population center, everything. Mutually assured destruction. The doctrine that was supposed to prevent nuclear war. It didn't prevent anything. It just ensured that when war came, it would be complete, total, leaving nothing. Marcus asks about survival shelters, government bunkers, military installations deep underground. Surely some people made it. Surely some survived. Maybe. Probably. There are hardened facilities, deep bunkers designed to survive nuclear strikes. Thousands of people might be alive in those. Tens of thousands, maybe more. But what do they survive into? What world remains? The surface will be radioactive, the atmosphere filled with ash and debris, nuclear winter setting in, temperatures dropping, sunlight blocked, agriculture impossible, ecosystems collapsing. The survivors will live longer than those who died in the blasts, but they'll still die. Slowly, painfully, in darkness and cold and starvation. Survival isn't mercy, it's just delayed death. We're orbiting over Africa now. The explosions are fewer here, less dense. The continent has fewer major cities, fewer targets, but they didn't spare it. Cairo, Johannesburg, Lagos, Nairobi, all burning, all gone. South America passes beneath us. São Paulo, Buenos Aires, Lima, Caracas, the same pattern, the same destruction. No continent spared, no region safe. Complete coverage, total war. Australia is last. Sydney, Melbourne, even these distant cities, these isolated populations, they didn't escape. Nobody escaped. James has done the math, calculating, estimating, based on the number of explosions, the size of the weapon, the population density of targeted areas. His estimate is 4.2 billion dead in the first hour. More than half of humanity. Gone. Vaporized. Burned. Killed instantly. The rest will die slower. Radiation. Fallout. Starvation. Disease. Civilization collapse. He estimates maybe 10% of the remaining population might survive the first year. That's 400 million, out of 8 billion. And those survivors will face a dead world, a poisoned planet, no infrastructure, no government, no support, just scattered groups of traumatized humans trying to survive in radioactive ruins. This is extinction, not immediate, not complete, but inevitable. Humanity has killed itself. We just haven't finished dying yet. The Earth is changing color, not immediately, gradually. The blue of oceans is becoming obscured by smoke. The green of forests is disappearing beneath fire. The white of clouds is turning gray with ash. The planet is beginning to look sick, wounded, dying. We're starting our next orbit. Coming around to the day side again. 16 orbits per day, 90 minutes each. We'll watch this happen over and over, every 90 minutes. Watching Earth die in slow motion. I'm still recording, still documenting, still bearing witness. Because this needs to be remembered. This needs to be known. Humanity destroyed itself. We had everything. A beautiful planet, advanced technology, the capability to reach the stars, and we used it all to build weapons, to kill each other, to end everything. We're proof of the Great Filter, the reason we haven't found other civilizations in the universe, because intelligent species don't survive themselves. They develop technology faster than wisdom. They build weapons before building peace. They destroy themselves before they can reach the stars. We're watching it happen. The filter in action. Humanity failing the test. Ending not with a whimper, but with nuclear fire. And we're the last witnesses, the last humans to see Earth as it was, the last to remember what was lost. When we die, when our oxygen runs out or our food depletes, when this station finally falls from orbit and burns up in the atmosphere, we'll take those memories with us, and humanity's story will be over. 6 hours have passed. We've completed 4 full orbits, 4 times watching Earth die, 4 times seeing the destruction spread, 4 times hoping it would stop. It hasn't stopped. The nuclear exchanges have slowed but not ceased. Secondary strikes, retaliatory launches from surviving submarines or mobile launchers, the last gasps of military command structures that no longer have nations to defend. The fires have spread, not just from explosions, natural fires ignited by the heat, urban fires consuming everything flammable, forest fires covering continents. The atmosphere itself seems to be burning. From orbit, Earth is no longer blue, it's red, orange, the color of flame, the color of blood. Continents outlined in fire, oceans reflecting the glow, the entire planet radiating heat and light and death. We've stopped gathering at the cupola. It's too much, too painful. We rotate now, one person watching, documenting, bearing witness, the others trying to maintain routine, trying to stay sane. But there's no escaping it. Every window shows the same thing. Every view is fire. Every perspective is death. We're in a glass box orbiting hell. Sarah has started writing. Letters to her family, her parents, her sister, people who are almost certainly dead. But she writes anyway, tells them she loves them, tells them she's sorry she couldn't be there, tells them she hopes their end was quick. Marcus is maintaining the station obsessively, checking systems, running diagnostics, calibrating instruments, keeping busy, keeping his mind occupied. Because if he stops, if he thinks, the despair will consume him. James has retreated to the science module, running calculations, modeling the aftermath, predicting atmospheric changes, calculating how long before the ash blocks the sun completely, how long before nuclear winter sets in, how long before Earth becomes uninhabitable even for those who survived the blasts. His estimates keep getting worse. Amy has gone catatonic. She floats in her sleep compartment, doesn't eat, barely drinks, staring at nothing, lost in trauma. I try to reach her, try to bring her back, but she's gone. Retreated so deep into herself she might never return. And me? I'm recording, making this log, documenting everything. Because if I stop, I have to face the reality that my family is dead. My friends are dead. Everyone I've ever known is either dead or dying. My home is destroyed. My planet is burning. My species is ending. So I keep recording, keep narrating, keep pretending this matters. Keep pretending someone will hear this. Someone will care. We're on our 9th orbit now. The red glow has intensified. The fires have connected, merged. What used to be individual blazes are now continental infernos. North America is a sheet of flame from coast to coast. Europe and Asia have merged into a single burning mass. Africa, South America, Australia. All the same, all red, all dying. The atmosphere is changing, thickening. The smoke and ash are accumulating, creating a layer, a shroud, hiding the surface beneath gray-black clouds. The fires are still visible through it, glowing red beneath the ash, like magma beneath rock, like hell beneath earth. We can see the mushroom clouds from previous strikes still rising, enormous columns reaching the upper atmosphere. Some of them are miles wide, towering into the stratosphere, carrying radioactive material into the jet streams, spreading fallout globally. There's nowhere on Earth that won't be contaminated, nowhere safe, nowhere untouched. The radiation will circle the globe, fall as rain, seep into soil, enter the food chain, poison everything, everyone. I'm thinking about the history we're losing, not just the people, not just the lives, but everything we created, everything we built. Art, music, literature, architecture, science, philosophy. 10,000 years of human achievement burning. The Library of Alexandria destroyed 1,000 times over. Every museum, every archive, every repository of knowledge. Gone. Ash. Nothing. Future civilizations, if any exist, will find ruins. Radioactive rubble. Dead cities. They'll excavate and wonder what we were, what we accomplished, why we destroyed ourselves. Maybe they'll find this station, find this recording, and they'll know. They'll understand that we knew what we were doing, that we watched ourselves die, that we bore witness to our own extinction. James has finished his calculations. He shared them with me. Didn't want to tell the others. Didn't want us to take away what little hope remains. The ash cloud will circle the globe within weeks. Temperatures will drop by 20 degrees Celsius. Photosynthesis will stop. Plants will die. Then herbivores. Then carnivores. Then everything. The radiation will persist for centuries, thousands of years, maybe longer. Areas near strike sites will be uninhabitable for millennia. The surviving humans, if any, will face a dying world. No agriculture, no clean water, no intact ecosystems. Just struggle, suffering, slow extinction. He estimates humanity has 10 years, maybe 20, before we're gone completely. Before the last human dies and the planet belongs to whatever can survive radiation and cold and darkness. Probably nothing will survive. Probably Earth becomes sterile. Dead. A radioactive tomb orbiting the sun. A warning to anyone who might find it. This is what happens when intelligence outpaces wisdom. We're on orbit 12 now. The red glow is fading. Not because the fires are stopping, because the ash is getting thicker, blocking the light, hiding the destruction beneath. Soon we won't be able to see the surface at all, won't be able to see the fires, won't be able to see what we've done. Just gray, uniform, featureless. A dead planet wrapped in a burial shroud. I'm still recording, still documenting, still bearing witness. Even though it hurts, even though I want to stop, want to close my eyes, want to pretend none of this is real. But it is real, and someone needs to know, someone needs to remember. Even if that someone finds this 1,000 years from now, even if they're not human. Even if they're so different from us, they barely recognize us as life. They need to know what we were, what we did, how we ended. They need to know so they don't make the same mistake. Orbit 17. Day 2 of the end. Earth is no longer Earth. It's something else, something I don't have words for. The planet below us is red. Not the red of Mars. Not the red of deserts or rocks or soil. The red of fire, of blood, of death. The ash cloud has thickened into a solid layer, dark gray, almost black, covering the entire planet. But the fires beneath are so intense their glow penetrates, makes the whole atmosphere shine red, pulsing, breathing, like the planet has a fever. We can't see continents anymore, can't see oceans, can't see any geographic features, just uniform darkness punctured by that red glow, strongest over what used to be populated areas, fainter over former oceans. But everywhere, the same sickly red. Sarah came to me this morning, asked if we should do something, take action, make it quick, end it ourselves rather than wait for oxygen depletion or starvation. I told her not yet, not while we can still record, still document, still bear witness. Our suffering matters less than the message we leave behind. She accepted this, nodded, went back to her letters, still writing to the dead, still finding purpose in words that will never be read. Marcus has calculated our resources. We have 113 days of oxygen, 97 days of food, 156 days of water if we ration. The oxygen will kill us first. We'll suffocate slowly as CO2 builds up, fall unconscious, die in our sleep. Not the worst way to go. Better than burning, better than radiation, better than starving. Just slowly falling asleep and not waking up. 113 days, 15 weeks, almost 4 months. 4 months of watching Earth die. 4 months of isolation. 4 months of recording and remembering and bearing witness. I don't know if I can last that long. Don't know if my sanity can survive. Don't know if meaning can persist when everything meaningful is gone. But I'll try. For the others. For the record. For whatever slim chance exists that this matters. Amy died during the night. I found her this morning. She'd opened her sleep compartment to vacuum. Deliberate, intentional. She chose the quick death, the instant death, explosive decompression, over in seconds. We sealed the compartment. Can't do anything else. Can't have a funeral. Can't bury her. Just seal the door and try not to think about what's inside. 4 of us remain now. 4 witnesses. 4 recorders. 4 voices for 8 billion dead. The planet's appearance continues to change. The red is getting darker, deeper, less like fire and more like cooling lava. The initial inferno is settling into slower burn. The atmosphere itself is changing composition. James says it's becoming more carbon dioxide, more methane, more toxic gases released by burning everything organic. Earth is becoming Venus, a hothouse. Runaway greenhouse effect triggered by nuclear winter, somehow creating warming instead. The ash traps heat from the fires. The gases prevent cooling. The planet bakes beneath its shroud. Any survivors on the surface are dying now. Not from blast, not from radiation, from heat, from toxic air, from the planet itself becoming hostile to life. The mathematics of it are clear. Earth will take millions of years to recover, maybe longer, maybe never. We've pushed it past a tipping point, past the ability to self-correct. We've killed the planet as surely as we've killed ourselves. Sarah stopped writing. She came to me, said she's done. Said there's nothing left to say. Said she wants to die with dignity, with choice like Amy did. I asked her to wait. One more week. Let me finish documenting. Let me complete the record. Then we can all go together, as a crew, as the last witnesses. She agreed. 1 week. 7 more days. Then we end it. Quick. Clean. Together. Marcus and James agreed too. 1 week to finish the record, to document everything we've seen, to create a testament for whoever finds this. Then peace, then rest, then silence. We're on orbit 23 now. The planet below barely looks like a planet anymore. Just a red sphere, glowing, pulsing, alien. Like something from deep space, like something that never supported life. Hard to believe that 48 hours ago it was blue, green, beautiful. Hard to believe humans existed there. Billions of us. Living, loving, building, creating. Now it's just death, just fire, just the end. I'm recording this for whoever finds it, for whatever intelligence or civilization or entity discovers this station drifting dead in orbit. We were here. Humanity. We were real. We existed. We built this station. We reached orbit. We looked back at our home and saw it was beautiful. And then we destroyed it. We destroyed ourselves. We ended everything because we couldn't overcome our nature, couldn't stop fighting, couldn't prevent the final war. We failed, as a species, as a civilization, as intelligent life. We failed the test, failed to survive ourselves, failed to reach the stars because we were too busy turning our own world into hell. Learn from us. If you're advanced enough to find this, if you're intelligent enough to understand this, learn from our mistake. Don't build weapons you can't control. Don't threaten extinction. Don't let fear drive you to destroy everything you've built. Don't follow our path. Don't end like we ended. Because this is the end. Below us. That red sphere, that's what the end looks like. That's what happens when intelligence meets madness, when capability exceeds wisdom, when weapons become more important than life. That's what extinction looks like from orbit. Day 7. Orbit 98. The last orbit I'll record. The last entry in this log. The last words from humanity. We're gathered in the central module, all 4 of us. Marcus, James, Sarah, me. We've said our goodbyes, made our peace, prepared for what comes next. The earth below is silent now. The red glow is fading, not because the fires are ending, but because the ash has grown so thick, it blocks everything. The planet is gray, uniform, featureless, dead. No lights, no signals, no signs of life. Nothing. We tried one more time to contact survivors, scanned every frequency, broadcast on every channel, called out to anyone who might be listening. Silence. Just silence. Empty channels. Dead air. We're alone. Completely. Finally. 7 days we've watched. 7 days recording. 7 days bearing witness to the end. Now it's our turn. Our time to join the billions who died below. We're not afraid. Not anymore. Fear requires future, requires hope, requires belief that tomorrow matters. We have none of those things. Just acceptance, just readiness, just the desire for rest. We've prepared the station for whoever finds it, organized the data, labeled the recordings, made it clear what happened, made it easy to understand. This is not a mystery. This is a warning. The computer systems will maintain themselves until power fails. The solar panels will continue generating electricity. The orbital mechanics will keep us circling for months, maybe years. Eventually, we'll decay, fall from orbit, burn up in the atmosphere, return to the planet we could only watch die. But until then, this station is a monument, a memorial, a gravestone for a species that reached the stars but couldn't survive the reaching. Sarah has written a final letter, not to anyone specific, to whoever finds this. She says, "We were not monsters. We were human, flawed, frightened, capable of great beauty and terrible destruction. Remember us with mercy. Remember that we tried. Remember that we loved this planet even as we killed it. Remember that we were here." Marcus recorded a technical log. Every system, every specification, every detail about how this station functions, how we survived, how we maintained it. He says knowledge should persist even if we don't. Says maybe someone can learn from our engineering even if they can't learn from our wisdom. James calculated one final model. He left it in the computer. His prediction of Earth's future. Temperature curves, atmospheric composition, radiation levels, timeline of recovery. His conclusion: 4.2 million years before the surface is habitable again. 10 million years before complex life can reemerge. 50 million years before something like civilization could develop again. If it develops at all, if the planet can heal, if life can return from whatever fragments survived. If I'm leaving this recording, this log, this testimony, these words, final message from humanity, final voice from Earth, final witness to the end. If you're hearing this, you're the future. You're what comes after. You're the ones who get to try again, who get to do better, who get to succeed where we failed. Don't make our mistakes. Don't let fear win. Don't build weapons that can end worlds. Don't threaten extinction. Don't destroy the beautiful for the sake of the powerful. Choose differently. Be better. Survive yourselves. Reach the stars. Become what we should have been. We're ready now. The four of us. We've opened the main airlock. Set it to vent atmosphere. In 60 seconds, the station will depressurize. We'll have maybe 10 seconds of consciousness. Then nothing. Then peace. I'm not afraid. None of us are. We're tired. We're ready. We've done what we could. Recorded what we saw. Borne witness to the end. Now we join the billions below. Now we rest. Now humanity ends completely. Finally. Totally. The timer is counting down. 40 seconds. We're holding hands, floating together, saying nothing. Nothing left to say. 20 seconds. The earth is gray below us. Silent. Dead. Waiting. 10 seconds. I'm thinking about home, about grass, about rain, about laughter, about everything we lost. 5 seconds. Sarah is smiling. Marcus is calm. James is peaceful. 3, 2, 1. The airlock opens. The atmosphere rushes out. The sound is deafening, then silent. We're pulled toward the opening, floating, flying, falling. The last thing I see is Earth, gray and dead, spinning below, our home, our grave, our end. The last thing I think is, remember us. Please, someone somewhere. Remember we were here. Remember we were.
Recording ends. Timestamp: the 21st of March, 2040, 1437 UTC. International Space Station. Orbit 98. Final transmission. No further signals detected. The last voice from Earth. The final testimony. The end of humanity recorded by its last witnesses. The station remains in orbit. Silent. Empty. A tomb circling a dead world. Waiting to be found. Waiting for someone to hear. Waiting for the message to matter. Waiting for whoever comes next to learn from what we lost. The signal fades. The frequency ends. The silence remains.